Do you remember that day we set out on our great journey?
Oh, I certainly do. And all because somebody started a rumour that there was a hidden village where people made a kind of cloth entirely different from the sort we make.
We discovered that it was more than a rumour. There really was a hidden community, and it was quite unlike ours.
Hello there.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Can we come down?
We had a surprise, I can tell you. They were strange.
I hope they're going to be friendly.
I do too. Look, they're coming our way.
Just stand and smile.
Hello.
Hello.
We brought these to say hello.
And I've got one too. There we go.
To greet you. A lot of you have come to greet. Oh, for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Oh, I get one too.
Oh,
Oh, look at me. I look
look
like
at you with flowers round your neck.
Lovely.
Funny old thing. Oh, oh dear. Oh.
Woo-hoo.
Oh.
But they were wonderfully friendly.
Would you believe it? They didn't use any wool at all to make their cloth. They used this fibre. It grew on plants. Cotton, they called it.
The amazing thing was that their cloth-making machinery was very like ours.
It's true they didn't have such an efficient foot treadle on their spinning machine, but the turn shuttle on their weaving machine was twice as fast as ours was. It's amazing.
Look at that.
Yeah.
And the finished cloth. Well, that's really something.
Yeah. So we had an idea. We decided to offer to buy some of their cottonseed.
But would you believe it? They didn't understand what money was. They'd never even heard of it.
No, so I asked them how they managed without money on market days.
And the funny thing was, they didn't even know what a market was. Would you credit it?
Yeah. They didn't seem to want to have anything to do with our money, did they?
Not at all. I checked to make sure that they didn't all produce small amounts of different things inefficiently, like we did in the bad old days.
Oh, remember that?
Oh, crikey. They agreed that they did specialise. Some produced cotton, others produced pots, wheat, others sheep, and so on. It's more efficient that way, they said.
But the big question was, how did they share everything out?
They explained.
It starts with a council of elders. They decide how much of everything the village is going to need next year. How much beef, how much cotton, how much fish, and so on. Then they produce a plan for the whole village, saying how much of what product each family has to produce each year. When the produce is ready, it all goes into the village store.
Ah, we said, people like your Fisher family must be honest as anything. But some people cheat, you know, like those awful shepherds in our village.
Oh, they're shocking, they are.
Horrible lot.
Yeah, can't trust them for a minute. Ah, no, they told us. The Guardians see there is no cheating. They allocate so much of each product to each family. The ration they're given is the basis of the original plan.
But, we said, supposing you don't grow what you're told to, or don't like what you're given.
Well, they said, you can apply to the elders for a change next time. And in any case, most people have their own private patch where they grow things they specially like. And if they exceed the production quota, they can keep some to swap with other families.
And that does make a certain amount of sense, you know.
Yeah, it does.
But we explained to them that that was the way we once ran the whole village, and that now we have an even better system, and we don't have to do what we're told.
How? They asked.
Come and see, we said.
So they did. And this is our village.
And that's Mr. Mason.
Oh yes, hello.
And the shepherds are over there. We explained how everybody grows what they like and brings it here to the market. We used to swap our goods, but that became too complicated. We solved that problem with money. It's the price of the goods that keeps the balance between supply and demand. Nobody tells anybody what they have to produce or what they have to consume. Simple, you see?
Yes, but they weren't fools, our new friends. They could see problems.
Is it possible, they said, for one person to pay another to do a job?
Yes, we said.
Well, in that case, they said, the employer must tell the employee what to produce. That's right, isn't it? And you've got to admit, it's a fair point.
And who, they asked, took the decision to build the road?
And who is responsible for building this bridge to the meadow? And who's going to build that watchtower we've been talking about?
And what happens when there's a wheat blight or a fowl pest and one family has nothing to take to market?
We explained that we sorted some of these things out at the village meeting. Everybody who turns up has a right to a say. We eventually come to an agreement how much everybody will chip in to pay for things like that.
Ah, but supposing you don't agree, they asked.
Well, we just do. We have to.
You have to, they said. In that case, it's just like our Council of Elders plan. You contribute what they decide and they distribute it how they choose.
The truth is, we both work the same way. Both of us have some voluntary exchanges and both have some planning and allocation. The only difference is we do things in different proportions.
What we've seen is an imaginary illustration of the two principal economic systems. This village is an example of a market economy, a system based on voluntary exchanges with a price mechanism taking care of many allocation problems. But even the best markets can't take care of everything. And we saw how hardship and public amenities were taken care of by central direction and compulsory contribution. And that will take care of the tower.
Now, the cotton growers' village was the opposite, the planned economy, based on central direction and control. But even there, planning couldn't take care of everything. And a simple voluntary exchange system had grown up side by side with the planned economy.
Here you are.
Oh, look at that. That's a prize winner.
Oh, thank you very much.
It's the same in the modern world. The old Soviet Russia was one of the most extreme examples of the planned economy. The government set a 5-year plan and every industry had quotas and targets. The farms were collective farms producing for the state to a plan laid down by the state. And everybody had a job allocated to them. But even in Soviet Russia, people were allowed to produce their own food when they'd met their state quota, and there were free markets where they could sell it.
Equally, most people would point to the United States as a prime example of the free market. But the US takes billions of dollars in compulsory taxes from the citizens to provide them with centrally planned and controlled services. Roads, police, schools, health, public housing. Curiously, a lot of these are also provided by the market. Commercial security guards, turnpike roads, private schools, private hospitals, private homes. They exist side by side.
The truth is that although the market economy and planned economy are two opposite solutions to the problem of allocating scarce goods and services, there is nowhere in the world where you will find either in its full state. Every economy is a mixed economy. What makes systems so different is the balance each one strikes between central control and market forces.